Here this question is from the Irodov. This is based on the concept of the rectilinear motion, where it is given that there is a point A and there is a point B. A is located on the highway, and one has to get by the car as soon as possible to the point B located in the field at a distance of the L from the highway. It is known that the car moves in the field n times slower than on the highway. What distance from the point D one must turn off the highway? So for this question, as you know, the approach would be we need to go as fast as possible and reach to the point B as soon as possible. So it means we need to minimize the times. Let's suppose the T is the total time of travel. Okay, now minimizing is one concept that we can use here. There is one more concept based on the minimization, and which would be very quite simple to solve this formula, is the Snell's law, the ray optics. We can also use that, and that will be very simple to find out the answer. Okay, so I will be using both of the methods to find out the answer for this question. The first approach is to apply the minimization. Okay, so here I am breaking the total time into the two parts from A to C. Let's suppose the time is T1, and then C to B, the time is T2. So can I say that the total time is T1 plus T2? Now what is the time T1? The time T1 is, let's suppose this total distance is S, this distance is X. So then the T1 is AC divided by velocity V1 plus the T2 time is the CB divided by velocity V2. We have been given that the AC is S minus X divided by V1. V1 is the velocity on the highway. Let's suppose that velocity is V. And now the distance CB, this is our X, this is L, and we know this is hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. So the distance CB is square root of L square plus X square divided by, now we have been given that the car moves n times theta times slower in the field. So we can put the velocity as V by theta. Alright. So here we got the time in the terms of X. So that is S minus X divided by V plus theta L square plus X square divided by V. Okay. So how to calculate the minima? The approach for the minima, as you know, is that we will differentiate the function. So we have the function of the time, so differentiate with respect to variable. Who is the variable over here? The X is the variable. The point of taking the turn is the variable. I can take the turn here, I can take the turn at the A point, and I can take the turn at the D point. That depends on me. So that's why the X is variable. So I will calculate dt by dx and I will equate it to the 0. Then I will get few points from there, few roots from there of the X. Now some of them will be the maxima, some of them will be minima. So to calculate the minima, we know we can double differentiate it, and if it is greater than 0, so then that root is minima. Alright, so let's start our process of the calculation. We can do the dt by dx. Look here, we can write the S by V minus X divided by V. S by V is just a constant, so differentiation will become 0. And then we have minus X by V, so the differentiation will be minus 1 by V. Alright, here theta by V is just a constant. We can take the complete this part as the T or something other variable. So T to the power 1 by 2 differentiation is T to the power 1 by 2 differentiation with respect to T. I am taking T as another variable, so then that is 1 by 2 root T. Here T is our L square plus X square. So the differentiation will be 1 divided by 2 root of L square plus X square. And then the differentiation of this X square, which is L square plus X square, which is 2x. So 2 times of X, equate it to the 0. So here this 2 and 2 cancelled out, and we are getting that the theta X divided by square root of L square plus X square is basically, and there is V as well, is equal to 1 by V. V and V cancelled out. If we square both of the sides, we are getting theta square X square is equals to L square plus X square. Basically theta square, so here I can bring this X square this side. So here I am getting the theta square X square minus X square is equals to L square. So X square is L square divided by theta square minus 1. So X is plus minus L divided by root of theta square minus 1. Now here I am getting the two roots. One is the positive value, so X is either L divided by neta square minus 1, and the x is either the L divided by neta square minus 1, but this is negative. Okay, of course we know by intuition that this value should be positive value only, then it will be minima, either it will be maxima. So this value is our minima. It means from the D point at this distance, this car should take the turn. Okay, so we did use this method, and this is a very good method to calculate anywhere the minima or the maximum. Now here we can also apply the concept of the Snell's law, and which will simplify this problem, and that will also reduce the calculation. Look here, first of all, the question may be why we are applying at all the Snell's law. It is not the problem of the ray optics. So then why we are using the ray optics at all? Look, if you go into the basic of the derivation of the Snell's law, as you know, we don't derive the Snell's law. We directly say that the n multiplied by sine theta, and theta is the angle of incidence, or the angle of refraction, or angle of incidence or the refraction, any of them. So that sine n sine I is constant. If we have another medium, so we can put it n to sine r, like this we say. Although the underlying fact behind this Snell's law is this, that light, if let's suppose there is a point A and there is the point B, so light always chooses a path that is having the minimum time of travel. So light is kind of a person, you can think it like this. Light is a kind of person which will see the coming path, and then he see, or whatever, the light will decide that okay, I should choose this path, and this path will give me the minimum time. Like, of course we know if the medium is same, medium is only a one medium, okay, then this path will be a straight line. That's why the light travels in the straight line. Okay, what happens if we have two mediums? There we will have the refraction. So if this is, just say, let's suppose this is medium 1 and the medium 2, and there is a point A and the point B. Okay, we know that the velocity in both of the mediums are not equal velocity. So if we take a straight line path, that will not be a minimum time path. That's why light is intelligent. Okay, so that's why it will choose a path that is some kind of a path like this, and this path will give the minimum time between the A point and B point. And using this fact, if we take this as I, this as R, we will get that n sine I equals to n to sine R, or we can simply put it sine I, because we are taking one medium as the vacuum and the another medium as the another medium, some medium. So then n1 will be simply 1. So sine I is equals to n sine R, where n is the refractive index of the medium. And if you know the formula of the refractive index of the medium, what is that? That is the velocity of the light in the vacuum divided by velocity of the light in the medium. So that is C divided by V. Alright, now this is, I have taught you the concept, and now let's go to the problem. Here the same fact this car is using. The car wants to go from the point A to the point B in the minimum time. That's why we are taking the Snell's law. Okay, so here it is going like this. You can consider the highway as a medium 1. Here is our highway, medium 1, and the field as the medium 2. So our car is moving in the medium 1 in a straight line, and then it is moving in the medium 2, which is field. Now what is the normal in our ray optics? The normal is perpendicular to the surface which is separating the two mediums. So here this is our normal, because car is moving parallel to the highway, right, in the highway parallel to the field, or the parallel to the surface which is separating the field and the highway. This angle is 90 degree. Alright, our angle of incidence is 90 degree. Let's suppose this is our angle of refraction, and that is R. Now the problem is we need to find out the refractive index. So here we can take the refractive index as the velocity in the vacuum. Instead of that, we will take velocity in the highway, on the highway, that is V1, and the velocity on the field is V2. So V1 is V and V2 is V by neta. So basically our refractive index is neta itself. Okay, so now here we will apply the Snell's law. We know sine I is equals to n sine R. Sine I is for our problem, it is 90 degree, because the car is moving parallel to the surface, and refractive index is neta only. So basically I am getting the sine R as 1 by, okay, this is our R. Now look here, this is our point B here at a distance L, and we need to find out the point where this car should take turn. It means we need to find out this length. Okay, if this length is L, so then this length is also L, and this is X. So basically we need to find out X. This is a right angle triangle. Okay, so then I need to find out this one. So I can use the tan R formula. What is tan R? tan r is the opposite divided by adjacent, so x divided by L. So x is basically L tan r, but I need to find out the tan r. Okay, so do I know the sin r? Sin r is 1 by neta, so the tan r is, what is that? The opposite divided by adjacent, that is basically neta square minus 1. Look here, we are getting the same answer. X is L divided by neta square minus 1. Okay, but this approach is reducing our calculation, and that is important, right? Here we can use the Snell's law and we can find out this answer. Instead of doing this differentiation, we can avoid it. We can avoid the calculation. We can avoid the calculus. Okay. Yeah, why we are applying, again I am telling you, this is not a random thing that I got it and I'm getting the same answer, that's why I am applying it. No, I am applying it because the fact used by the light and the fact used by this car is same. Okay, car wants to move from the point A to point B in the minimum time, and our light also wants to move from the point A to point B in the different medium in the minimum time. So that's all for today. Thank you.